All righty, we are live, and I'm Liz Trotter. I am here with Diana from Natural Care and Debbie Sardone. She's here
Woohoo!
with us today. Yay!
Thank you.
We're so grateful that you found time for us, Debbie. We know how busy you are and you have so much stuff going on. But I know that today's topic is near and dear to your heart. So I know I could reel you in talking about gifting to the employees. So I wish I could figure out how to share your response when I asked you if you wanted to do this. Your response was like, yes, yes, absolutely. I want to do it.
Thank you for asking me. Yes, the answer is yes. Oh, by the way, what are we talking about? Yes. Yeah. No, I love this topic. Thank you.
I know you do. Yeah, I'm super happy to have you. Okay, you guys, I'm having issues hearing very well. Are you guys having any kind of issues hearing?
Mm-mm.
No, it's all good.
Did you mute us or lower us?
No, my speakers went out, and so I'm having to use a remote speaker, and I think that might just be the problem. But oh well. All right. Is there anything else we want to talk about before we just jump right in to gifting around the holidays? Anything going on?
ISSA. I hope everybody on here will meet us in Las Vegas next month at the ISSA ARCSI show.
Yeah, I'm super excited.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, I'm one of the only people I know of that loves going to Vegas. Too. I'm like, how do people not love going to Vegas?
I know, you're so cute. When you told me that you guys love that, I'm like, I never even get to do Vegas when I'm there, right, Diana? We're all like running around. We have the little parts and the different groups we're meeting with, and I just never get to enjoy it. But I know you're busy like crazy too. What do? Come early and stay late?
You got it. That's what I do. I don't come early. I don't come early because I need to be all in.
Yeah.
Thinking about the event. Mm-hmm. But when I'm done, I'm ready to be done. It's a lot of work.
You need to teach some of us your skills at winning at those tables.
Short class, Debbie, short class.
Put money in, watch it disappear. Yeah. Any questions?
Yeah. Really good at that part. Yeah. Yeah. My brother is amazing at winning at slots. I don't know. He ends up having to pay right? How is that even a thing?
Crazy.
He ends up paying massive taxes each year because he is so good at, I know.
What an awesome problem.
I know. That's what I want it. I keep trying. Yeah. I haven't gotten there yet.
That's what they're counting on.
That's right. That's right. They love me.
Great.
All right. Well, so Debbie, why don't you kick us off? Give us some of your wisdom around gifting and philosophy. I know you have a strong philosophy around gifting as well.
I do. I really do believe that, as you do, Liz, and I'm sure Diana does as well, that the best way to climb the ladder is to lift as you climb. And one of the ways we lift is giving, right? So, giving through nonprofit, giving through charity, giving of ourselves, helping others, but also with our employees, making sure they feel appreciated, making sure gifts are personal and not universal or generic. I think that people feel appreciated when they know you were thinking about them. And oftentimes that can show up in a gift around the holidays or birthdays. And it's different for each employee. So when you were asking me about participating in this topic, we had just finished our retreat in September that I do for my CBF members. And one of our speakers, Coach Molly Moran, spoke on the art of appreciation. And it's really a great book. And anybody that struggles with gift giving, many of us back in the 90s read the book, The 5 Love Languages for Marriage. It was for marriage, right? Yeah. If anybody is on here live with us, this is live on Facebook? Yeah, they could type in if they read that book. So it's really popular back in, maybe it was the late 90s, early 2000s. And so he has since produced a book around the languages of appreciation for employees in the workplace. And so our own coach, Molly Moran, taught on the art of appreciation. And for every one of us, it was like, oh, I've been guilty of giving very universal gifts to everybody, right? And it's not scalable to buy 50 handpicked unique gifts for 50 employees at the holidays. That's not going to happen at my company. But it is scalable when you are realizing that everybody resonates in different ways with how you gift. And it doesn't have to be expensive, but it does have to be meaningful. And so I do recommend that book. I would say go get it. It's called The 5 Languages of Appreciation in the Workplace. And it's by Gary Chapman and I think his son-in-law, somebody else. But think about how different people appreciate different things, right?
Mhm.
One person is mortified with public praise and applause. Another person resents you because you didn't recognize them publicly, right? We are not a one size fits all person. And I know you do a lot of DISC training, Liz, and how we relate to our employees, understanding their DISC profile even carries over with the gifts that we give them, whether it's
absolutely.
tangible or just the gift of appreciation through what you say. For some people, a handwritten note is the most prized gift they'll cherish. For other people, why didn't they recognize me in front of the whole group and applaud me? My office manager didn't want to be applauded and recognized publicly. Now, I made her more often to push her out of her comfort zone, but she would much rather a private word of recognition and appreciation. She would much rather a gift of jewelry that was handpicked than something else that I might appreciate. And I'll tell you one quick story. Diana was sharing with me, she's on my leadership team for Debbie Sardone Consulting. And she said when she worked at corporate America, she was pretty high up executive. She was the chief of staff for like the vice president of AT&T. And she said, when she had done a really good job, he would thank her by taking her out to a very expensive restaurant, one-on-one with him, right? So obviously his appreciation language was
quality time.
Quality time. And that's not hers. And she said, he spent all this money and I would have much rather have a gift certificate to take my family out to the kind of restaurant I go to. Right. And he meant well, and he spent a lot of money and he was being very generous, but the gift meant nothing to her. Nothing. And this
unfortunately,
is even in our marriages, right? It's like, I did all this for you and you didn't appreciate it. Well, I didn't want that. Right. And our employees aren't going to tell us that. They're just going to go, thanks.
Yeah. We have a short phrase that we use, and that I know you've used it in the past as well, Debbie, we call platinum rule. And the platinum rule is giving people, the appreciation in the way they want to be appreciated, not in the way you want to be appreciated. And just not just giving them appreciation, but just treating them in the ways that they want to be treated and not you. And my example that I always use is when I am upset and something really bad happens, I need space, and I need kind of a lot of it. The worse the thing is, the further away from me you need to be. So so if someone is to die in my family or something like that, you need to get away. Exactly. But so many people
they want to move in and exactly.
And that is just the worst for me. But I do recognize that there are those people that really, my office manager, Mindy, if she's upset, she wants you coming in with a big old hug. So I have to remind myself, I find myself stepping back and I'm like, no, forward, Liz, get in there and get the big old hug going on there.
Exactly.
Because exactly like you said, it's, that appreciation and just meeting people where they are. Diana, you're big on this idea too, aren't you? I mean, I feel like, especially because you're a family.
Yeah, well, for sure. And actually, when you were talking, I was thinking, oh, I'm a Mindy.
You are. Yeah. You're definitely more of a Mindy. Yeah.
Right.
But everybody has their way.
What's natural is that we give gifts we give the kind of gifts we want.
Mm-hmm.
And that's usually the opposite of what the other person wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right?
Or maybe not the opposite, but just it's going to be so different because you're right. It
Right.
does need to be personalized to them based on what they care about, what's important to them. And here's a really great example that I use for people. They're thinking they're trying to build their culture, and they'll talk about stuff like, I do all of these things for my employees. Like I make, I'll put all of this stuff out and I have food for them so they can make breakfast every day. I'm like, you know what? You know how you could make that actually work? Ask one person, hey, what would you like me to buy for breakfast? What's your favorite breakfast cereal? And just by that cereal, you did much better than had you bought all of the food for all of the people. One box of cornflakes is going to get you further than all of the stuff. So
that's brilliant.
It's a hard concept, though.
We have to ask.
Understand. Yeah, we have.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. We have to ask. We have to know. That's why I was thinking, Diana, for you, it's probably easier because you already know. I mean, your whole family works for you. You know what they care about. And even having like Alex, who's been there forever, and you know these people.
I'm going to have to admit to you, though, I am not that great at this. Candace is perfect at this.
Oh, yeah.
She's very, very good. We actually just had a phone conversation today about gift giving at work and what she likes and what they like and expectations and all of that. I'm dying to know how you do scale this, though, because I don't have 50 people, but we have 30 people that, you want that to be a personal, valued gift. But I feel like a nice survey is going to have to go out, for for the staff.
I'd be willing to bet Liz teaches this, that you have some kind of an onboarding form. Liz, what is that?
I've seen it.
Diana, I feel like I've given it to you. Okay, but here's another. Hey, Linda, good to see you. Here is a way to be able to do that, where you can scale it too. With bigger companies do this all the time, is you don't have to be the one that buys for all of the people. You have to buy for the people that are in your inner circle, and then they buy for their inner circle, and they buy for theirs. And so everybody's buying for somebody else, but they're buying according to what the other person wants. So it's a win-win. Everybody gets that feeling of, oh, I'm so special, and yay, I matter, and I'm important, and people care what I think. So, all right.
And we try to do, just to help scale it, Diana, one thing we try to do, and I don't know how consistent they are at my office because I'm very removed from it. I'm not in the day-to-day operations, but we try to make more intimate hand-selected gifts for things like birthday and anniversary, because they're specific to a date instead of holiday, where all 50 of them have got to have something, right? That's just not scalable. So holiday, Valentine's Day, every holiday theme, all of our employees get a gift, right? It's like a dollar store gift, but it's a box of chocolates. Okay, some people hate chocolate. I get that, but that's not scalable to have the Valentine, right? Day to be all these hand-selected gifts. But we do try to make sure we have a form like Liz would use that's in their onboarding. Do they like to read? Do they like music? Do they like chocolate? Do they like coffee? Do they like wine? And do they like spa treatments, or do they like gift certificates for restaurants? So once we have that list, our office keeps in their drawer, in their arsenal, things like gift certificates to Starbucks because they love coffee, or gift certificates to Amazon or iTunes because they like music or they like electronics, and things that can be pulled out, pre-purchased ahead of time, and customized for those date-specific events that we want to recognize.
Mm-hmm.
That's super nice.
I think.
Go ahead, Diana.
Anniversaries, Candace is pretty good at it, and she'll do a little sleuthing, because I'll think, well, how do you know that they wear earrings like that? Because they don't wear earrings, but she does. She'll do a little sleuthing.
Yeah.
But I think for birthdays, so we don't really do a big celebration for birthdays, although we do cake and all of that. We have something Candace calls Diana's store. So it's
Ooh,
a bookshelf filled with gifts. And so they pick their
love
gifts.
that. I love
Oh,
that.
I like that too.
But see,
Yeah,
that's
I like that too.
personal.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's
And there's all
personal.
different types of, shot glasses and candles and, fuzzy slippers and whatnot. And so that's where they
I
get
think that's brilliant.
right.
And they get to pick what they like and pick what they want.
They do get
Exactly. A smaller company could have a spin the wheel on a wheel of fortune that has different kinds of things, right?
right.
Obviously, that's more of a luck of the draw. One of the things we do during the holidays, well, we haven't had a Christmas banquet since the pandemic. So
Yeah.
hopefully in December, we'll actually have one. That'll be our first one in 2 years. But what we've done in the past is we build this massive door prize table for our annual holiday banquet, right? Where we recognize, perfect attendance and all that stuff. And there's enough tickets for everybody to have a door prize and win.
Mm-hmm.
And it's shocking what we think is going to be the hot item.
Yeah.
And it's the last thing to go, right? It's shocking. So they get the door prize ticket. They get to go up and pick what they want. And one person's going to pick the spa basket. Another person's going to pick the little color TV.
Yeah.
So
you can't guess it at all.
No.
Yeah. And it's funny because a lot of times, so people always think it's going to be based on like the amount of money. Well, everybody's going to want that. It's the most expensive thing. That thing is $250. So they're going to be mad because they didn't get that. But what we find repeatedly, same thing as you, Debbie, that they're happy with that Walmart frame that has.
I'm like, I cannot believe that went first. You got to believe I bought those crystal wine glasses and nobody picked them.
How do you not want these things? Yeah.
Don't you appreciate Riedel? They're like, what's Riedel? It's like, I want those Walmart Libby glasses.
Okay. Do you know? I don't know if I told you this. I think I did. I think you know this, Debbie, but I don't think Diana knows this. You mentioned the Riedel glasses, and that is my daughter's last name. My son-in-law's name is Riedel.
Yes.
They have more of those than you can imagine because everybody that knows them is like, look at these cool glasses. So
they're like, yeah, I'll add it to my collection of 100.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna have to go in the garage because we have literally no more space in the house.
Right, so I'll take some off of her hands because we break them on a regular basis.
All right, I'll tell her that, Debbie. All right. So what are some other? So wait, first before we move on to this, I have to say I'm sad that you guys haven't been able to have a party in 2 years either. We haven't either. How about you, Diana? Have you guys?
We tried to have it last year, but
didn't work.
Didn't.
Yeah,
I chickened out. I got scared.
Yeah.
No, we haven't had any.
What about you, Diana?
No.
We'll do one this year.
I actually saw a sign-up sheet for a potluck at the office, and I went, sorry.
We're gonna do something. No, we'll do it.
We are this year too.
Yeah, if we can find it, we'll do it in a bigger building. Our office is just too tight.
Oh.
Yeah, we need some elbow room. So we're not going to do it there.
That's a good idea.
Go to a nice. I told you last time we met, Liz. We have a nice restaurant that's closed for breakfast. That they'll let us come in and serve a wonderful something. So we'll do that instead.
Awesome. They'll love it.
All right, Facebook user that said hello. I don't know who you are. See how you say Facebook user. Okay. You have to show yourself over there.
Show yourself.
Show yourself. We have this year, I think what we're going to do is we have a local place that rents out. It's a big home and they have multiple bedrooms and that kind of stuff. And hey, Denise. And it is all decorated to the nines for the holiday. And so I think we're going to we barter with them. So we're going to barter with them, I think, for this event. But last year, I same as you, Debbie, I tried really hard. I had all of these plans of it was going to be like this rotating, like a rotating party. Like your family can come in.
You stand there and then you move here.
Yeah. It really was almost almost like that. So like from 10 o'clock to 10:20, your family comes in, takes pictures with Santa Claus, grabs your food.
That is kind of cute though. But yeah.
I was like, I almost did it. I really almost did it. It was so hard to not have Christmas 2 years in a row.
I know.
Right? So
we're going to
really
do it this
hard.
year. I mean, they got to get on the stick. I need to tell. I have a new COO, so he's probably not even aware. We got to have something planned, but I'm not afraid this year.
No, his wife is, Debbie. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, his
wife is
you're
on
right.
the ball.
In fact, if I know Kelly, I don't know if you know Kelly as well as I know Kelly, but she's already got it planned. And I'm like, well, I didn't even know you had it in the bag. She's like, oh yeah, we got this. Oh yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I met her and she is spot on the ball. Remember, when we went, when I was at your place, she was showing you she's surprised.
The office was completely redecorated. I hadn't been there in 3 weeks. And I was like,
it was amazing. And it was amazing.
Yeah, I guarantee you she's already got the plan. I don't know what I was thinking.
She already has a plan. But Debbie, I have a question. So she gifted you that room. And how did it make you feel?
Amazing.
Because you were walking on clouds. Yeah.
I was like, there were things I'd had drawers and in closets, and I have all these awards and trophies because of cleaning for a reason. And I have this almost life-size picture of Debbie Sardone that I got from L'Oreal Paris when I was at that gala.
That's huge.
And I used to hide it behind the door because my husband has an office in our office when he was at Speed Cleaning. He's retired now again. But I would hide that picture behind the door, and then I would come in and it would be out. And I'm like, put that behind the door, right? I mean, literally, it's like this. It's almost
huge.
a life. It's huge. It's very tastefully done. It's black and white. Anyway, I would never have let them hang that. But the way she put it on the wall, it was called the Wall of Fame, and it tells our story. I was like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, it was beautifully done. And your old sign, remember she had your old sign up on the other wall too?
Our original sign.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. She
just
did a beautiful job.
Yeah.
Yes.
She really did.
Yeah.
So yeah, I absolutely believe that your Christmas party is going to be amazing. I hope they remember to invite you.
I hope they do too, but I'll be okay if they don't. I've been going to those Christmas parties now for like 35 years, literally.
Man.
But yeah, I started them when the first Christmas party was in my home.
Me too.
And I think I had like 4 or 5 cleaners, and we had our first annual Buckets and Bows maid service Christmas party / awards banquet.
We did the same. You know, Mindy still, she was at our first party, and she still is like, no party since has ever been as good as the one as the ones we did, like 3 at my home. The ones at your house. Remember the big piles of shoes? People would come in and everybody would put their shoes, and we would have piles that were 3 feet high. Find your shoes in there.
That is great.
She's like, I still remember those all these decades later. I'm like,
it was more intimate. Wow. It was more intimate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that is kind of always comes back to that same theme of it feeling more personal, more intimate.
How do you keep it intimate even when you're growing, right? How do you make people feel special and important when they're no longer one of 5, now they're one of 30 or one of 50 or one of 100 in the case of many janitorial companies? You have to work at it, or they begin to feel like a number and you didn't even know that happened. You have to work at it.
Yeah.
It's not a one size fit all, and no business is. No business. Yeah.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Debbie. What do you guys currently plan on doing this year? Do you have any plans? I know you don't, Debbie.
I don't have a clue.
Diana, do you even know what you guys have planned? Candace is doing all your stuff. Why are we on this call? We need to get, right? Who do we need to get?
We need some people to post here and give us some more ideas. I'll tell you one fun thing Kelly is doing. So I was in the office on Tuesday. I hadn't been there in a while. And I was in the office and I saw all these teeth, bright colored teeth, like you'd find for Halloween, like Dracula teeth. And they were in a bag, and I'm like, what are y'all going to do with those? And our COO, Tim, said, oh, Kelly's going to have all the teeth are going to be holding a donut when the girls come in on Thursday.
That's cute.
We do fun little gift kind of things like that almost every Thursday payday. So she's always thinking of fun, creative ways to do hilarious stuff. I know a couple of weeks ago, she had handmade cookies for every cleaner for payday. So they got it with their paycheck.
Wow.
And she sent me a picture, and they were literally hand-made, hand-painted cookies that had the cleaning theme. So one said voted number 1,
awesome.
right? Because we win that,
Oh,
and
nice.
another was just a bucket with bubbles. And it's like just those little things, these people, they're different all the time. They're like, oh, donuts and cookies doesn't resonate with everybody, but the different things will eventually resonate with each of them.
Mm-hmm. All right. But for everybody who's watching, though, while donuts and cookies might not resonate with everybody, what does resonate with everybody is their name. So a lot of times you can personalize something just by putting someone's name on it. And this is the really funny part about this. So let's say you have a donut. Instead of just making a card that could be typed out, you're thinking that that's making it really easy. Instead, get that horrible decorating gel that you don't know how to write their name, and write their name sloppy on the donut. They'll take a picture of that donut. They'll post it on Facebook. They'll talk about what a great boss you are. I promise, if you type their name out on a really nice looking little card, and everybody's card is the same, you won't get that response.
Not the same. Boy, that's really a good idea.
Yeah. Easy.
Just remembering
So easy.
everybody likes to see their own name on something. That's really powerful.
It really is. Hey, Molly. That would be Coach Molly Moran right there.
Coach Molly, we've been talking about you.
We have been. We've been talking about some of
the art of
great things that you're
appreciation,
doing.
her talk at CBF retreat. But
yeah. So for this year with employees, I do think it's a little bit harder. Oh man, she says. I do think it's a little, oh man, it is a little bit harder because a lot of us don't have our people in the offices. So it makes it harder. A lot of people are doing remote and also solos. It's hard to celebrate. I'm not going to say it's hard. I'm going to say it's harder. It's more of a challenge. It's just something that you have to work at. Some things are way easier. And so this is just one of the places that you get to spend all that extra time that you saved up from not having people in your office all the time. But there are definitely lots of different types of ways that you can make people feel like they matter to the company. All right. So this is a common theme that I'm talking about with people all the time. And that is, I want to give my people a bonus for Christmas. I have nothing against bonuses. Anybody that's heard me talk, you want to give people money? Great. Feel free to give people money. But you need to understand that if you're giving people money, they don't see it as a gift. Not at the end of the year. They see it as they earned it. It's part of their pay. It's especially if you do it more than once. The first time you might be able to slide it in as a gift, put it in a card, sign your name on it. Merry Christmas, it's cash. But as soon as you start trying to make it simple, trying to scale it, now it becomes, we've all seen, what's the name of that show where Clark doesn't get his bonus at Christmas time? What's that funny show with Chevy Chase?
Oh, yes. Well, it's the concept of, and we've seen this over and over again. The first time it was surprised and excited and appreciated. The second time it was expected. The third time you owe me. Yeah. Right. So when you do cash bonuses repetitively, the first time they are overjoyed, they're so grateful, but eventually it's like, where's my bonus? Right. And it ruins it. Right. So you have to be careful. how you do that. You're better off if you're going to do that. It is just part of it, and it's on their work anniversary, right?
Mm.
You've been here another year. Here's another $100 or whatever you're going to do,
Yeah.
because that's not a gift.
That's right. It's not a gift. And
Expected.
people, and as long as we understand that too, I think then we're golden. If you're not trying to motivate somebody with this money and you're not trying to incentivize them, you're just telling them, hey, you've earned this. And I want to say thank you because you earned this money and we all earned money. And here's your cut. There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah, people like that too. People like to be thanked for stuff. Yes, Jelly of the Month Club, Rochelle. I love that
that's
show.
really cute. That's adorable.
It was funny. Yeah, he wasn't happy. I think. Do you remember how much he was expecting his bonus to be? Well, enough to buy a pool. He was expecting his enough to put in a pool, and then he got Jelly of the Month.
Yes,
he was
mortified.
Not happy. Yeah, he was not a happy camper.
Whatever you do repetitively becomes an entitlement. So if you don't mix it up, it becomes an entitlement. And the minute you don't give that, you're in trouble and they are resentful. And we, and it's human nature. It's not just people in the cleaning industry. Everybody feels the same way. My sister, who is in the CBF program, came out of corporate America, started her cleaning company. She's done very well.
Who is she, Debbie?
Lisa.
Who's your sister?
I have a sister, Lisa Siciliano. She's pretty active.
Yeah, she is. Yeah. I didn't know it was your sister.
Yeah. I mean, 4 years later, she's already bought out another business. They're over 500,000. She just cracks me. And she's on vacation half the time. She cracks me up. I'm like, Lisa, I want to be you when I grow up. But here's what she did last year. They couldn't have a party because of the pandemic. She wanted to give all of her team cash. And so she rolled it up and she paper clipped it to little Christmas trees. And so she rolled up all these bills. I don't know if it was tens or whatever it was. And she gave them each like a Christmas tree and like a rosemary Christmas tree. And she gave them the Christmas tree that they could plant. That was their gift. And their cash added up to like $100. I said, well, that's not scalable. But she said, I know, but I just want to do it this year. But
and you can get other people to do some of these things too, right? You don't have to make the Christmas tree. So one year we did, those little square, they're square tissue boxes, like Kleenex boxes.
Yeah. So
one year what we did was we had everybody in the company, and this worked really, really well. Everybody in the company wrote, it was back in the day when you did everything by paper, right? So like everybody's name was on a slip of paper. And so you just, everybody got one of these pieces of paper, however many there were like 6 sheets. And you just wrote something nice about each person. And then those were just all cut into little slips. And then they had little committees. And I think there were like 4 committees. And so each little committee did the other people's boxes. And so you didn't know what you were going to get or what you're going to do. And they had a budget. And so they bought stuff that would fit into that box. And they took like a dollar bill and they taped it to like a thing of Smarties, and it taped that to a $5 bill and taped that to whatever. And so the dollar bill was, and then they wrapped them. So then when you pull out that first dollar bill, it's like just keeps coming and coming and coming and coming.
That's adorable.
Coming and coming and coming. And they're all very personalized. They feel personalized because you only have to put one thing in there that's personalized, right? Something that they like. And they're all shopping for each other.
Nice.
Because the committee did it. They still talk about it every Christmas. It will still pop up for me. That's probably 10 years ago. Somebody will.
You need to do a whole live webinar and show us how to make that. That's the coolest thing. I want to make that for my kids at Christmas, my adult kids. That's the cutest thing.
They love it. My my son's girlfriend or fiance or whatever she was at that time, for her when she was graduating from nursing school, we gave her one of those. We had $500 in it, and it was 1 1 1 1 1 10 1 1 1 50 1 1 1 10 because not $500 in one fit. and you don't know what you're going to get. It's fun because every once in a while you get like a 10 or a 1.
Oh my
Oh,
gosh.
5. Oh, a 50. What? So very fun.
That is cute.
Yeah, it's
Labor
very
intense, but cute.
so much work. So
Yeah.
much work. But you don't have to do it. You know,
Right.
I only did one. I only made Mindy's.
That is so cool.
That was it. And everybody else
How
made
cool.
everybody else's.
Nice.
So yeah, that's an idea. It's a way to keep it personalized too, because
Yes.
as they pulled out those slips, it'd be like, I think she's the best person to work for our company because blah, blah, blah. And then $1 and some candy and then another slip. She's my favorite person to work with because she always has a good attitude. Oh, and they're all signed. So very
That's
personalized.
adorable. That is a
I know,
great
right?
gift.
Easy. Super easy, super personalized, and no work for
Yeah.
you.
And interactive. See, you got
Oh,
other
yeah.
people to participate in the whole giving exercise. So that's very cool.
Well, and Debbie, I'm so glad that you said that because that is part of it, right? The giving of it, the people were more excited about the ones that they made, watching people pull them out than the ones they got. The ones they got, they liked them, but not as much as wanting to see the people open them. And
Exactly.
I don't know, as adults at Christmas, I mean, you're probably like me. My presents are over here and I don't open them till the end because I don't want to miss watching anybody else open their presents. Really, I don't really care about my presents at all. Maybe this much, unless you're a gift person. If you're maybe if your love language is gifts.
Yeah.
But
No,
mine
it's
is
more
not.
fun to watch the other people's joy in experiencing the gift. So that's a gift that you get and you experience. So that's really a cool idea. I love that.
Yeah, I do too. Okay, so now we've talked about giving gifts to your employees. How about, have you ever gotten a gift from an employee that really was like touching?
You're stumping us, Liz.
Yeah, I mean, you know what? I'm a little bit uncomfortable getting gifts.
Exactly. I am too.
Yeah.
Don't
so
like
I've
it.
done things before, like little surprise, happy birthday breakfast, or things like that. I'm like, okay, let's move on.
Yeah. Isn't that odd?
This part yet?
All three of us. I don't really like it when my employees buy gifts for me.
I don't either.
I don't. It makes me
feels uncomfortable. Yeah, me too. I feel really awkward and like, how quickly can we get out of this situation?
Yes.
And I know that's the worst, but
20 years ago, Carla, for maybe 3 years in a row, collected money and would present me with a cash gift at the banquets as a surprise. And I finally said, please don't ever do that again. It was so awkward to get cash. 150. So then I don't know, like maybe the second year she turned it into a gift card to like Nordstrom's where my employee cleaners don't shop. And here I'm getting like 150. I said, Carla, I know you guys mean well. And I love the thought behind it. Please don't give me any gifts. Don't collect money. Nothing. It was so awkward. So, we have to remember, how do other people feel when we give them gifts? If we don't really understand how their appreciation language is, right?
Yeah.
It can be very awkward. Some people need to receive things in private. And I'm not talking about gifts that you give everybody. Nobody wants to be left out, right?
Of course.
But,
of course. Please don't leave anybody out.
Right. That's like the cardinal sin. Somebody worked for you for 5 years. I quit because you don't appreciate me. Really? Yes, everybody got a gift but me. That was an oversight.
But that kind of stuff can really happen. I have had situations like that where I've had an employee that had worked for me for years think that I didn't care because of a situation like that. I didn't even realize that she hadn't gotten whatever. I don't even remember what it was. I just remember her face being devastated.
Yes.
But she did not feel as bad as I did. There is no way she felt as bad as I did. We were both crying.
Exactly.
Oh, this is so horrible.
Didn't mean to make you feel bad.
This is the worst company ever. Let's both quit.
I'm out too.
Why don't we work here? Yeah, it's hard. All right. How about You guys, gifts that you got for your employees that you know that they really appreciated because they come back and they talk about them still, or that you hear about them today or at any time. Have anything like that?
Well, okay. So again,
I'm not trying to keep stumping you guys. Sorry.
Candace really handles all the gift giving. And so I'm going to
Yeah.
tell you that my Candace and my office manager, Cynthia, share the same anniversary month, October. Actually,
Oh,
this month.
I didn't know that. This month, yeah.
And one has been with me. Let's see, we've been in business for 14 years. So I think one's been there 13 years and the other one 12. So they usually, Candace will go, this is what you're getting us for our anniversary this year. And so this year, Candace and Cynthia and the field manager and the training manager, the four of them went out and got a matching tattoo of a donut. Because
of a donut.
when you come out of the field into the office,
Yeah.
there's a lot of donut things happening, and they all put on a few pounds. And so they got a matching donut tattoo.
I love that. I love
That's
that.
cute.
That's what they
And
did.
they love that.
Yeah.
But that shows the kind of culture you've built where they
Oh my
really do
gosh.
feel incredibly connected, right?
Right.
And the fact that they stay that long shows the kind of boss that you've been and the example you've been as a leader, is that they love each other, they love you, and they feel comfortable enough telling you this is what you got us for our work anniversary. I think that's awesome.
I do too. Well, Candace is her daughter. Let's
Yes.
not forget that part.
Yes.
So it is easier to say, "Hey, mom, guess what?
Guess what you bought
This is
me."
what
That's
you're
awesome.
buying us." Yeah.
Mhm. That's pretty cool.
Oh,
That's for
she
everybody.
sent me links to the Etsy. It's also her birthday month. She sent me links. Order
Oh
this
my
for me
gosh.
for my birthday. I want this hat and these earrings, and they go well together.
I love a kid like that.
Me too.
My daughter likes for me to surprise her. I'm like, I'm not good at that.
That's the worst.
Yeah.
Really, that's the hardest.
I don't want
Right?
to. Yeah, I don't know what you
Whoever
like.
came up with this idea about gift registry, they better be
Oh, yeah.
billionaires.
Yes.
That is the best idea. And when people have weddings and
His
they're not
name is
registered, I'm
Bezos.
irritated.
We all
Yeah,
have
probably,
an
yeah.
Amazon wish list. Every one of us.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. We do. Yeah. And I
Awesome.
love it. I
Yeah.
think it's amazing.
I will say
Babies too.
I can't say that we've gotten a lot of feedback other than just great appreciation when they have received a cash gift, right?
Mhm.
Obviously, you usually hear about that because everybody loves cold hard cash. But I think some of the gifts we maybe have gotten the best response from have been experiential. It's where they've
Yeah.
created an experience.
Yeah.
Jeannie Henderson, one of our coaches, just did an experiential gift to thank her team because they hit the $1 million mark in 2020. She got honored at our CBF Live last year in April with her green jacket. That's something we do on stage if you hit the $1 million mark. And so she treated her entire leadership team to a spa day in the office. So on company time. So she brought in spa kits and spa footsie baths and mobile massage. And she created like a luau environment with sippy drinks. And I don't know how they slurred when they answered the phone, but she did this really cute experiential day for her whole leadership team. And she said they still talk about it. And they all took pictures wearing her green jacket because they helped her build the business to $1 million. So they were all acting like real cool. And she had bought kind of like what do you call like a photo booth kit.
Yeah.
And so they were wearing these fake giant
The glasses and all that stuff.
And so they were taking pictures and put them on social media. And it was just an experience. I bet she didn't spend $300 or whatever. I don't know what she spent, but it wasn't expensive.
Probably more
but
than that.
She created, probably, but she created an experience for her leadership team. It wasn't all her cleaners, of course, but that was an experience they'll never forget. And I thought that is so cool.
It's very true that experiences mean so much more. And really in our lives too. If you look back on gifts that you've gotten, like from your husband, from your kids, you don't really remember,
Yeah.
the times that they gave you. Well, I do remember. Okay, I have one example of how you can remember money, like even in a personal relationship. My
Pull it out of a
ex-husband.
box.
No, that was good. That's a
I
good
would
memory.
remember that.
That's a good memory. People like that. But my
Yeah.
ex-husband on my birthday one year came up to me and said, "Hey, I didn't have time to shop. Here, take the credit card and go buy yourself something." I
That's
still
why he's
remember
your
that. You
ex.
guys.
That's why he's your ex.
That's why he's my ex. And I'm still like, wow, like 364 days, that wasn't enough time to get a gift. Like, how much time did you need?
See, he created a negative experience you still
He did.
remember.
He did. Yeah.
How many times do
still
we
talking
do
about
that
it.
as leaders because we were in a hurry? We thought we were doing a good deed. I'm sure he thought he was, but
did.
we created a bad experience because we didn't
Yeah.
put any thought behind it.
Yeah. And even if we don't get it right, we're doing better than if we don't put any thought.
Yeah.
What were you going to say, Diana?
I would think that you would have some sort of gift registry list of.
Of course.
Okay, good. Okay, good. Because I was going to lose faith in mankind if you didn't have a list. Whenever somebody mentions something, I just read this recently.
Of course.
Whenever somebody mentions, "Oh, that's such a lovely blouse," or whatever, and this is like personal relationships, write it down so you remember that. And I have to tell you, I just sent Chad, my husband, a TikTok recently. And it was a guy making a pumpkin spice latte, but he used a pumpkin and he roasted the pumpkin and he did this.
Oh, cool.
I went to Chad and said, "I want that." And so he provided that, bought a pumpkin, roasted it, and then surprised me with a espresso machine.
How cool.
I know.
Exactly.
The whole thing. And it for no reason.
I love that.
Right.
What a perfectly lovely, because I sent him a TikTok that said, "Oh, I want that pumpkin latte."
It was personalized to what you like.
Right.
And that's what Molly just posted here. Gifts often fall flat unless they are truly personalized, which is hard, right? It's very hard to do.
It is.
But it can be done.
Absolutely. And also it's hard to do if you're not wired that way. If you're not wired for gifts, it is difficult to think about what would this person like? It's just a struggle. Molly, do you have any ideas for us? Like, what are some ways that people can scale gifts but still keep them personalized, especially if they have a bigger company, 30, 50, 100
even
employees,
20, right? Even 20, it's hard to scale. So Molly can type in some, tactical or tangible ideas on how to still keep it personal as you grow and scale. Because everybody wants to be a big company, but nobody wants to be a big company that treats their employees like a number. Nobody wants that, right? No. And achieving that balance is very difficult.
But there are some ways to be able to do that even when you're buying gifts. You can buy personalized gifts. So you can buy, everybody is getting a jewelry box, but the nameplate actually says Liz Trotter on mine. Mine is better than yours that says Debbie Sardone or yours that says Diana Henley.
Exactly.
I would much rather have mine. I like mine better.
I mean, I love your concept is people want to see their name. So obviously you can't buy 50 individual gifts at Christmas per se, but whatever you do, you can find a way to personalize it in some way. Or you have that tickler, you have that onboarding form that says, I love coffee, movies, and gardening, right? And I know for years, I think she still does it, but Laura was given a budget and she would shop all year long for clearance items so that we would have an arsenal of unique things. Some are little spa kits for, bubble bathing. And, other things are whatever. She would buy really cute things. And she would have this arsenal, a closet full of goodies that she would bundle up and package for birthday gifting or work anniversary, so that it was close to unique to what they like. If they love coffee, she would have already bought cute coffee mugs and a coffee gift certificate to Starbucks.
And that is personalized, because when I'm pulling it out of the closet, and I have that same closet, right? I'm pulling it out of the closet for you because I know this is what you'll like. Yes. So here's one of my favorite ways to personalize something, and people forget this, and it's the simplest thing, is what is somebody's favorite color? Because just putting something in someone's favorite color and then mentioning it, is all you have to say is, I knew you'd love that color. They're like, yes, thank you.
Then you just personalized it.
That's right.
Fabulous.
You personalized it. And what did you have to do? Almost nothing. You didn't pay any extra money. You didn't really have to do anything, except on that form, one of the first questions is, what's your favorite color? Right? Because people don't really forget what their favorite color is. It's their favorite for a reason. They love it.
And don't buy your favorite color for everybody.
No.
So for years, before I really understood these concepts, I would buy Carla, my office manager, personal gifts, which I dreaded shopping for because I don't know how to buy for other people.
That's not your thing.
I never enjoyed it, but I was like, I gotta get Carla a birthday gift. And so invariably, because she was on the board of directors for Cleaning for a Reason, I would always buy her something in pink.
Of course. Something nice
until
pink.
One day I said to myself, every time Carla dresses up, she wears purple. Every time she gets a new piece of jewelry, it's purple. So I finally said, because she isn't vocal, she doesn't volunteer things, right? Yeah. She's a high S on she doesn't volunteer. I said, Carla, is your favorite color purple? She said, yep. And I never bought her a pink gift again. After that, it was, and then I also noticed she loved jewelry. So I started buying her stuff from Kendra Scott, which is a really great little designer here in Austin, Texas. And you could buy so much.
Oh, wow.
Purple.
Diana's wearing some right now.
You got your Kendra Scott on? Let's see if I don't have mine on today.
I've never even heard of it.
I would buy her purple everything and she would light up.
Oh,
I was buying
you
her
did it
the
for
color
her.
I liked.
Yeah.
I wasn't buying, I hadn't taken the time to ask her, what color do you like? How simple is that on an onboarding form for a brand new employee? What's your favorite color? Do you prefer savory or sweet, right?
Yeah.
Do you like salty things or sweet chocolatey things? It's so easy to ask those questions. And if you don't have a process for it, it's the last minute scramble. Wonder what she likes. Let's just buy this.
And for all of you people that are like, I never really thought of it that way. You know what? Most people don't. That's why. It's nothing you're doing wrong. It's gift giving, personalized gift giving is not easy. It comes naturally to some people. It sounds like it does for Candace. Yeah. And it's actually for my husband too. It's really easy. I ask him, hey, what should we get, our son-in-law for Christmas? He's like, oh, we're getting him this. I'm like, oh my gosh, how'd you think of that? Such a great idea. He's going to love that. But if it was me, I'm like, and a gift card for you, and a gift card for you, and a gift card for you.
One year, I was so busy during the holidays, I bought all of my external family, not my immediate family, but I bought all my external family, everything at the grocery store that year. It was the gift card kiosk. And it didn't go over very well.
Probably not.
They knew I shopped at the grocery store. I said, I'm doing the best I can.
I'm busy, y'all.
Candace last year got these type of cups for everybody with their name on them.
That's adorable.
Everybody does the name, where you can purchase the name. So we borrowed it from somebody. So she's constantly slapping people's name on things.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, that year.
People do love it.
My sister had everybody's name put on something, and I look like the dog giving everybody a gift card from the grocery store. And Lisa's got I took the time to put your name on this. I'm like,
Yeah, we always
We all
have
need a
we all
Candace.
have at least one.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all need a Candace in our life.
Yeah. Do you
I
guys
had a,
do the white elephant type parties with
yeah,
your
I
staff?
love those.
We
Yeah,
have
I love
we
those.
have done that.
We
Yeah.
do that every year for Christmas. And so
Oh,
as you're
fun.
talking, I'm thinking one of the things that really sticks out, one of the things that everybody wants is those throw blankets, those snuggly throw blankets. For whatever reason, those are like the most popular thing. And so
Yeah.
as you're talking, I'm thinking, I need to know everybody's favorite color.
Color.
Oh gosh.
Throw blankets for everybody.
Yes.
Yeah. And you
Yes.
know what? That like you're laughing, Diana, but you know what's really easy? I have done this in the past, actually 2 years. But you have those, get the blanket in the right color, and then you can order patches with their names on and just have the patch sewn on
Oh, that's
onto the
cute.
blanket.
Yes.
It's personalized and it's so inexpensive.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't even have to sew it on the ones that we got. We ironed them on, and they like that I did it myself. I took pictures of me doing it. Like, look at me making your thing over here, and then I gave them the picture with the gift. They love that.
Oh, I
They
like
love
that.
the thing, but that was
I
a
like that.
pain. So don't
Yeah.
recommend that for if you
It's
got
a lot
50
of work.
employees.
Yep. You're
I'm
not going to do it.
recommending
See,
that.
that's the
No.
thing. If we make it too hard, we won't do it.
Right.
Right. So
Yeah.
you have to come up with
Yeah.
ways to be different and unique. I'm probably still going to say for bigger holidays, it is hard to be unique, but even just taking the idea of personalizing things, right?
Yeah.
Getting a sticker or handwriting or calligraphing or whatever people do to personalize it, at least that goes a little bit further. But then when it comes to birthdays, if you do recognition or work anniversaries, if you do that, then make sure you personalize it. Here's another easy one. I mean, it still falls in the category of gift is, and this is one thing Coach Molly shared at our retreat when she was teaching the appreciation of employee appreciation is, and I'm bad about this, but giving a generic compliment doesn't really land very well. It doesn't,
No.
I mean, it's almost like a neutral, right? It doesn't offend, but when you are specific, it's a game changer. So if you're going to take the time to write a note, which is time consuming, a handwritten note from the owner is unbelievable. I mean, Diana, people get a note from you. They're like, wow, I got a note from Diana. But the mistake we make is just wanted to let you know how great you are. You're just so fabulous and we really appreciate you. It's non-specific. It doesn't say anything. And even though it's not unappreciated, it's not a game changer. Like I noticed at the last team meeting, how positive you were and how you went up to the two new people and you tried your best to make them feel welcome. That's what I really admire about you is how friendly you are with our new. I mean, when you're specific, it's like, wow, she really recognized me. And it's very easy to get busy and not be specific with our compliments. Or if it's not even a handwritten note, it's a compliment in the hallway. Instead of, hey, thanks for always doing a great job. That doesn't mean nearly as much as, you know what, I really appreciate the way you're always here. You're always on time. And that's just a pretty amazing quality you don't see in a lot of people. Boom, you just made their day.
Yep.
Nice.
And you know what? It doesn't even have to be that big and flowery. Like Debbie, you're making it so big. It could be just the beginning of that. I really appreciated how at the last meeting, as it run by, hey, I really love the way you were so positive at the last meeting.
Yes, exactly. It was specific.
Thank you.
It was specific. And they're thinking she noticed.
Yes.
She noticed me.
My other boss never
She
noticed.
noticed me.
Yes.
I matter to her.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's absolutely it.
It's powerful.
It is. Well, a great way to wrap up this call today. Remember, when we're talking about gifts around the holidays, y'all, it doesn't always have to be something that you're buying, right? We're wrapping this up with the gift of words, and check out that book that Debbie recommended. What was it called again? The appreciation.
It is the
Love
five
languages.
the five languages of appreciation in the workplace. And it's by Gary Chapman, who created the five love languages. It's what Coach Molly kind of is really good at helping people with. And I know you are. That's really one of your signature things is making people feel special and welcome.
So that's it for this week. It's a wrap, you guys. Debbie and
This was
absolutely
fun.
Diana, thanks for helping me out all week long. We'll see Tom again next week. And you all have a great weekend. Start
Thanks,
enjoying those
everybody.
holidays.
I'll get my address. Anybody want to send me a gift?
You already told us you don't like gifts.
I know. I love you, ladies. Talk to you
Bye.
soon.
Love
See
you,
you in
Terry.
Vegas.
Bye-bye.
Bye. That was fun. Thank you, Liz.